Go back and look at your life, because what you'll see is that God has been amazingly in control. It is the reason that he says, you, Israel, my servant, Jacob, whom I've chosen. He's not talking about violating your free will. He's referencing Jacob, whose name becomes Israel, the name of the people of God, because Jacob was the younger of the two twins who didn't deserve to be blessed, but God, through his providence, blessed the one who didn't deserve to be blessed, just as he would do in the person of Jesus Christ. And when Paul talks about our chosenness, he says we're chosen in Christ. Because there's something powerful, theologically powerful, when you understand your chosenness. Not in the sense that your life's all predetermined and everything's predestined, but understand that God, in his grace and his power and his sovereignty, has always been going before you. He is providing for you. We've moved into a new house. And one of the things the house didn't have was a fence. And we needed to make a fence for our beagle. Now, the beagle doesn't know how much he needs a fence, but he would probably like to not have a fence. But if he didn't have a fence, I promise you that nose of his would lead him probably out into the street sniffing a dead squirrel and get hit by a car or get lost and never come home. Believe me, Reese needs a fence, but Reese doesn't know he needs a fence. But not only did Reese not know that he needed a fence, he didn't know that I was the one who was going to try to install the fence myself. Granted, I've actually gotten a lot of help in doing this to help me with my mechanical deficiencies. But I have been the manual laborer who dug the holes for the fence to put the concrete in for the fence posts. And what happened was I dug all these holes, and before we got any concrete in, we hit 2 weeks of rain, and all the mud came back and filled in my holes. And so I had to redig the holes a second time. And you know what Reese was doing while I was digging the holes the first time? He was lying in the house on a pillow. You know what he was doing the second time I dug those holes? He was lying in the house on a pillow. And then when we started installing the fence, we realized we had miscalculated and the holes were in the wrong place. And so I dug the holes a third time. I have dug all the holes 3 times for a dog that's lying inside on a pillow who doesn't even know that he needs a fence, much less that I'm making him a fence, much less why he needs a fence. He doesn't even know what he doesn't even know. And here's the way I figure it. My intelligence compared to the beagle's is a fairly significant difference there. Some might question that. But whatever gap of difference there is between mine and the dog is far exceeded by the gap of God's intelligence and mine. He's so smart. We're talking about the God who made DNA and the stars. What I'm saying is that just like Isaiah's prophecy, to take heart and not be dismayed in your troubled time because you have been chosen by God, is to say that God's grace has gone before you. That's what it means. And he says, be not dismayed, for I am your God, verse 10. And I love this. I'll strengthen you. I will help you. And this is what I love. I'll uphold you with my righteous right hand. And what this really means is that I will hold you. This is a word that means I will grasp. I will grasp you with the righteous right hand. What he's saying, beloved, is that I will grasp you with my righteousness. The answer to all of our fears is to become aware of this. God is in control, and God's grace has gone forth before us such that we're chosen in Christ, so that even when we didn't know how to take hold of God, He's taken hold of us. And when we cannot by our own righteousness merit heaven, He grabs us by His righteousness in Jesus Christ. So anyone who trusts in Christ could know for sure that they're going to be with God forever and forever and forever. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed. I've grasped you with my strong, righteous hand. You are held by by the grace of God. So be not dismayed. That's the gospel.